question, as long as you're not expecting an answer. It could be a challenge, it could be just a statement or whatever. But I'm going to just ask us to pass the microphone around and just ask each table to make sure that you've shared your statement. Okay, is everybody ready? And we're going to start with this table over here. So if we can have everyone's attention, and we're going to pass the microphone round. Thank you. Thanks.
It's a rhetorical question, and it is, are we expecting too much from the voluntary sector to support the concept of the big society?
Okay, thank you. Do you want to pass it next to the next table? This is where you pass the microphone really quickly between yourselves as well, isn't it? Oh,
it's a very quick one from us. I think our comment was we're doing it all anyway.
Okay.
Thanks. The comment from us is the jury is out at the moment. Let's
Don't bother bringing it. No, we're still thinking. You've got to have another one now. You've got to have another one now. Yeah, this is the rule that if your idea goes, you've got to come up with another idea. So. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think there's still a lot of big holes there. I think it's okay for them to have a high strategy, but the councils and the taxpayer are the ones that are going to have to take that high risk, because the statutory duties the council have to do, and if it goes wrong, they've got to take it back.
Thank you. Do you want to pass it to the tables behind you? Thank you.
I don't know why I've ended up the short straw, but anyway. We talked around it, and I wondered whether, on the one hand, it may be a positive opportunity, but on the other hand, on the negative side, we're potentially guinea pigs or part of a social experiment.
Oh, okay. So it kind of sounds very Big Brother, that as well, doesn't it? Pass it to the table in the middle, thank you.
Picking up on what other people have said, really, I suppose, but I suppose we're thinking the concept is kind of a wee bit like, ask not what your country can do for you. So we accept that, but we've got a real issue around accountability. It's all very well saying we want to be involved, this is what, but if there is no accountability and there's no formula as to how we do that, there might be people sitting back now rubbing their hands going, great, don't have to do anything.
We're optimistic. We're not too sceptical, but we are daunted. We're daunted by some of the challenges that we've been hearing about today.
Thank you.
We feel that a lot of questions remain unanswered, and probably we're talking about this in 3 years' time. And it's a bit like turning around a tanker. Everyone from councillors, officers and organisations will have to rethink what their roles in the future are going to be.
Be short and sweet. Our sentence is, if you wait for the blueprint, you've missed the boat.
Thank you. And I am going to come to this table, even though you said ditto. You're not getting out of it that easy.
We have an ace of us.
Oh, good, good.
What's the relationship between total place budgeting and the big society and localism?
Thank you very much. Okay, so obviously still some challenges, obviously still some questions. I think, as we said at the beginning, really, and I think a number of our speakers have alluded to it, this is something which is evolving, it's something which is literally materialising and seems to be being written in front of our very eyes. And I suppose part of it is about what part do we want to play in writing that, but also how are we going to meet some of the challenges which have been presented to us today, whether they were seen as opportunities or whether it was seen as cynicism. I suppose there are some questions that we all need to be taking back to have some conversations with our own communities about what big society looks like and how it's going to formulate over the coming months and potentially years. Hopefully we've provided you with a little bit of a flavour, a little bit more, I'm going to say a little bit more concreteness, but I think it's not something which is concretable, if that's I don't even think that's a word, but hopefully we've provided you with something that you're going to take away today in terms of providing a little bit more thought, a little bit more thought around the concept, and maybe, as we've just said, some challenges and some questions that you want to take back. Just a couple of things just to mention, really. We have been doing the live blog and the Twitter as we've gone through the day, and that will be still available on the web. So if you want to go back and over the next couple of days just revisit it and reread and pick up some of the key points that were coming out from the speakers, then that will be available on our web still. We will also put, I've been told that some of the presentations are too big to email out to everybody. So we'll make sure that the presentations are on the web and we'll try and load those up tomorrow so that hopefully it's kind of still in your mind. But hopefully those will be available on the web along with the blog which you'll have seen that's been emerging from today. I just want to thank the speakers for their contributions, and hopefully we've provided kind of some variation of thought, some variation of perception, and also to thank our conference team who've ensured that today's run as smoothly as possible. And finally, thank you to the North West Improvement and Efficiency Partnership, who have also put some funding towards today in terms of making sure that the conference went ahead. A couple of other bits just to mention. There is coffee that is going to be available, as I said, from 3 or any time now. So if you do want to stay around for a coffee, maybe catch up with people, then you're more than welcome to. But we have asked for takeaway cups as well. So if you wanted to take one on your train journey or your car journey, then please do grab one before you leave. I think there's also some cans of cold drink as well if you want to take those with you. If we can ask you to put your badges in the box when you leave, the whole drive for efficiencies, we do recycle. So please do leave your badges behind or place them on the table or in the box outside, which is at the registration desk. If you do have any questions, as I said, we have committed that any questions written down on the cards, we'll collate those and we'll be coordinating a response with each of the speakers from today to make sure that you do get something back. And again, we'll be posting those on the website. So if you do have some questions, either leave them on the table or put them in the badge box on your way out, and we'll make sure that we follow those up and post those questions out and answers out to everybody. And I think the final thing to say is thank you very much for yourselves for coming along, engaging in the debate. Thank you for your questions and for your participation at the end, even if some of it was reluctant, and for your interest. So, and we hopefully will see you at one of our events in the future. So thank you all very much. Thank you.